overtake him, fine, yeah, no problem with that. But what you find often is you'll see people on a motorway just braking almost as much as they're using the gas pedal, simply because they're following too close. Crucifies their fuel consumption, but makes them more, importantly, makes them more dangerous. Because if something happens to the guy in front and he has to brake hard, there's no chance. So the gap should be a 2-second gap. And the easy way to remember or to work out your gap is when the vehicle in front of you passes a fixed point, you say the rhyme, only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. So past that sign, look, as that car goes by, only a fool breaks the 2-second rule, only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. That's like 4 seconds, that's good, because it is wet, so you want double the distance. Now look at the blue sign, people ignore that, but what that's telling you is these 2 lanes become 2 new lanes on the motorway. You do not need to give way, but you see them every day come down here and they straight away, they're over to that lane, because they think they're coming up to a give way line. And yet they're not. No. We're just in a nice new lane now.
A lot of people don't like being in this one, they try and get in that one, don't they? They don't realise this is going to...
To be fair, I would be now, because this truck wants to come over here, so if I go over to the other lane, and now we've got this truck coming up behind us. The other thing is that very shortly this lane will become left turn only. So we want to be thinking about getting out. That's it. There you see the guy behind, why is he coming to this lane? Does he want the services? But we're now struggling because this truck is not doing what he should do. So that's it, we'll go past him. As soon as we get out here, we now start to work on our gap. So you're too close, that's fine, because you know you're doing that to get out. Now we're working on the gap, but it's created for you now because he's changed lanes. That's fine. So you see the gantry sign here tells you the left-hand lane is for M271 only. But what you often find, particularly in the mornings, is that that lane and even this lane slow right down because everybody's trying to get onto the M271. So most of the time I'm in that lane by here. I'm forced to, you know. At the moment we're not, so we're staying where we are, it's great. But now watch him here, watch his truck. Okay, that's cool, he's staying there now, good. Then we've got a 50 limit in front of us through this roadworks. Everybody's putting the brakes on, look, that's fine. We can leave it in 5th gear in 50, but if we have to go slower than 50, we're then thinking about the down change. And I was down to 2nd here this morning because the traffic was going so slow in all 4 lanes. So now, a bad thing to do would be to come straight over to the left-hand lane now. The reason it would be bad is what?
You've got the traffic in this lane.
What's happening just here? But yeah, so you've got, as we've had the off-slip, we're going to have an on-slip, and if you go into that lane, you're almost inevitably going to throw back out again because of the cars coming down. So you wait until you know that it's okay. It's like we were saying about the speed and gear, you know. Don't change lanes until you know you can do it and stay in it.
You're going to junction 1?
Yeah, indeed, yeah. So we've got the national speed limit sign now. So the big disco is coming out, we'll let him out, that's fine. Let's see what's going to happen. So now watch Ollie, because he's getting close to the caravan. No, he's going to stay where he is there, that's good. So depending on the speed you go, you can see whether you overtake, but we're picking up speed now anyway, aren't we? So 1 mile marker for the junction, not the junction we want, but you looking now in all the mirrors to see if there's anybody that you suspect might want that junction. You don't want them to take you by surprise as they cut across your nose. All about awareness. So look at the blue truck. Is he going to come out? No, he's sticking at the same gap, isn't he? Not closing up, so he's not going to come out.
He's close to that.
He's far too close, yeah. So now, consider your left-hand lane. What's that truck in front doing speed-wise? I would say, no, we can come over now. Right. Because we can stay here for a while. We're not catching them up quickly, are we? So we've got the off-slip coming up, which means once we've gone under the other bridge, we've got another on-slip to deal with. And he's disappeared now, that's good. So we now start looking in those two mirrors to see who's using lane 2. And again, what I do here is just keep closer to the line so you've got a slightly earlier view of what's coming down the slip road. Now that gap is disappearing, isn't it? Because of the blue one coming up. Now look at the slip road. One car there only, no, 2 cars there. But he's going quite quick. So you stay here, and he's not going to interfere with you, he's not going to make you brake, is he? So we can stay exactly where we are. Final check in this mirror, make sure you haven't got the idiot who's going to try and pinch that last yard or 2. Now, if you were out in lane 2 or 3, and you know that you're going to take the next exit, the advice is to try and get into the left-hand lane by the time you're passing that half-mile marker. So what you get on the motorway is 2 big signs. First of all, a mile away, and then you'll see half a mile. If you go beyond the half mile, you're then threatening to cut somebody up. If the person you cut up is not paying attention, and then you see there's a queue on the slip road, you have to start braking quite hard. You've now got a vehicle going into the back of you. So that's why we try and aim for left-hand lane by half mile. There are occasions, and I did it yesterday morning, where you go just beyond the half-mile marker because you can see clearly what's happening ahead of you and down the slip road. I could see the slip road was clear, there was a truck like this in front of me, and there was nothing in front of him, so I carried on just past the half-mile marker and came back over. Didn't cause anybody any problems. It has to be planned. Yeah. The other thing, real interesting one, is salute the sergeant. So first question, how many stripes has the sergeant got? 3. So when you pass the little sign with 3 stripes on, that's when you put the indicator on to salute him. And what you're doing there is you're waking up any following traffic to the fact that you're going to turn off at the next junction. So there's the mile marker, so you can still be out there overtaking quite happily, no problems at all. But you're looking ahead to find the half-mile marker because that's where you should be aiming to be over. Here's your half-mile marker, look, nice and clear. So now just check your mirrors again. Is there anybody you think is going to try and take exit you're going to take? Maybe the white one behind because he's sort of closing up a bit, he's not trying to overtake, so he's coming with you. And you can just see in front of the truck is the 3 stripes, which is the sergeant stripes that you signal on. So mirrors, signal at this point. The final thing we don't do, unless we're forced to do it, is we don't slow down in this lane. If there's people behind us that want to go down through the forest, down the Ringwood, then you don't want to slow them down unnecessarily. What you do is you slow down here. Yeah? Now again, as you're coming down, no gear change, it's just plan to stop, looking to go. Lots of high grip here because people are too fast and skidded. We've already seen a couple of skid marks. So now bringing the brakes on more firmly. Ease and clutch down until you see a gap. When you grab the gear, yeah, second gear of your right, or third gear maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. And then what I do is check the mirrors and just let this bend allow you, to drift out into the right hand lane. So instead of sort of turning all the way in and then having to turn out, we just sort of straighten it a little bit. And then obviously we're going to go right at the roundabout, so we're going to do the planning to stop